I want to talk to you about the new Sylveon skin, everything we know, how to unlock it, and kind of the future of Pokemon Unite, given that they are doing this. But first, really quick, I wanted to give you guys information about a new code that just dropped for the game. Head on over to the gift exchange and put this in.
A few moments later.
Use code UC833UVP in the exchange.
2,000 years later.
That code will give you the holowear trial for the new Greninja holowear, as well as Greninja if you don't already have Greninja. All right, on to the video. Shout out to Unite Vids on Twitter for letting me know about that code. All right, on to the video. So like I was saying, I think the future of Unite is very interesting, especially given that we have this skin coming to the game on September 27th. Well, it'll take you a little while longer than September 27th, unless you want to fork out a lot of cash, it looks like, to get this skin. However, it looks like people will be able to unlock this possibly for free, or at least for a lower price than you would probably expect. However, early on, it looks like it's going to be very expensive. Let's talk about it a little bit. This is their first orange tier holowear, and there's another game made by Timmy that has orange tier holowear with some pretty elaborate effects. And now that the Chinese version of the game is coming very soon, I think we are seeing Timmy's hand on this game even more. So as I mentioned, let's talk about some of the effects here. We have the animated intro for this Pokemon, of course, and we have lots going on with it. We have move effects, we have an effect on the Unite move. It looks like we might have an effect on your auto attacks. We have effects on Mystical Fire, KOs, recalls, scoring. Basically everything that you do in the game is affected by this orange tag holowear. And like I said before, we do have another Timmy product that does this extremely well, and I think it really points to the fact that they are now a lot more involved in Pokemon Unite, in the global version of Pokemon Unite, which of course is because the global version of Pokemon Unite and the Chinese version of Pokemon Unite are getting closer and closer by the day. I'll have a video on this at some point, but the merge is coming, and this is one of the indicators of that merge, in my opinion. As I said before, Timmy does have a history of making things like this, and what I'm showing you right now is the biggest mobile MOBA in the world, Honor of Kings, which recently had a global release. This is the reason, by the way, that they were contracted to make Pokemon Unite or work on the game. It looks like it's a collaboration between, you know, Pokemon and a collaboration between Timmy, but this is why they were hired to do this. And we're going to start seeing more and more things like this, in my opinion, inside Pokemon Unite. We got it in there. Let's take a look at one of my favorite characters in Honor of Kings, Sensei. So if you look at this character, we can take a look at the skins they have available for it, and we can talk about an orange tier skin. So this is the basic skin here for Sensei, and as you see, as you start to go up the ranks, just like in Unite, there's more and more and more, right? So this is a skin that just changes the appearance of Sensei, while this one is sort of an epic purple tier skin. This has a lot going on with it. It's really cool. They have your, like, a dog that follows you around. Your ult in the game changes completely. They have effects with your dog. Your voice is changed. There's water splashing effects. So the purple tier is essentially what we have a ton of inside Pokemon Unite right now. Dang, we got it twice. And inside Honor of Kings, they also have the orange tier, which is what's being brought into Unite. I'm not sure that we're going to see as elaborate showcases as you do with orange tier holowear in Honor of Kings, orange tier skins as they would call it, but this is kind of the direction they would be heading with this. So this is the Doomsday Mecha skin, and as you can see, it's the full-on animated intro like we have in Pokemon Unite. And it does so many different things. It has appearance changes, effect changes on its moves, recall, idle emotes, like when you're just standing around, spawn time, a spawn, an animated intro, an avatar frame that you get when you get the skin, a voice that matches it, sound effects. I personally purchased the Dragon of Protection skin for this character. Again, I just really like Sensei. And I think I had some viewers who told me, like, you got to get this skin. It's just so cool. It's so elaborate, and it changes everything that's happening. It changes your move, like not only your moves, which we've seen in Unite, this thing changes your auto attacks. It like everything you're doing, a dragon is crashing down from the sky. It's really elaborate. Let me show you. So as I was saying, it's not just like your moves, like literally your dragon is just flying above you as you're moving around the battlefield. You can see the crazy amount just on your auto attacks. Your moves have this giant sword crash down from the sky. It's really elaborate. Every single piece of your kit has something crazy going on with it in this orange tier holowear. Your ult is no longer you riding a ship. You are now riding this dragon that you were looking at earlier. It's kind of similar to a Lapras Unite move. So the reason I show you all this is because when I see this Sylveon information and I see what they're doing with it, I can tell one thing for sure: the development of Pokemon Unite is changing. I don't know exactly how things were set up before, but Unite is changing. Timmy is more involved. The reason I bring that up is because it's going to come with a lot of changes, and one thing is going to be how you are acquiring things in the game. Some things Timmy does is actually extremely generous. Other things are extremely gotcha and would be considered by some to be quite exploitative, and that is how a lot of these mobile games are. Let's talk about this Sylveon event right here and everything we know. I think my big thought when I see this is Timmy being more involved and the Chinese version coming soon. That version coming closer and closer to appearance of the global version, I think is going to bring a lot of interesting changes. Let's look at the Sylveon event and see kind of what that looks like, because I think you're going to be seeing more things like this. The Sylveon event will be a treasure chest challenge. It'll start on the 27th, so just a few days from now. By logging in or participating in battles, you will get a random treasure chest, grades 1 to 4. If you open a chest, you will have a chance to win special rewards, such as the orange tag holowear Elegant Style Sylveon. The rewards vary depending on the grade of the treasure chest. So it's possible that like the 1 in a million chance you just unlock the holowear right away. It's not going to happen for anyone except that one annoying person you know who barely plays the game. I don't know why it works like that. According to this, when you open a chest, there is a chance that you will receive a treasure exchange ticket. If you collect exchange vouchers during the period, you can exchange them for rewards such as the Elegant Style skin at the exchange office. Please join us. So what is that going to look like? We're not exactly sure, but one thing I can tell you is they want you to see a skin like this. They want you to be so dang excited for something like this that a few people just whale it right away. And honestly, depending on how many treasure chests you open, this could be one of those gotcha systems where people end up spending a few $100s right at the start, maybe 100, maybe 200 bucks right at the start to get this Sylveon holowear. Now, everyone else who will be playing the game normally might actually unlock the holowear or get very, very close to unlocking the holowear for what would be cheaper than a normal purple tier holowear in the game. But for sure, part of the appeal, at least from the developer standpoint for something like this, is you're going to be progressing your way towards unlocking it, and then as you get near the end of the event, it's just a little real world money to push you over the edge to pick it up. That's kind of the idea behind a lot of these event passes and passes like this Sylveon thing. They want you invested in unlocking it, and then if you have to throw like, hey, it's only at this point 10 bucks, you know, some people paid a couple hundred, now you pay that and you get this crazy cool holowear. And let's face it, it looks freaking cool. So for now, this is what we know about Sylveon. I'm really curious to see exactly how much it costs when it drops. Like if you want to get it day one, I do think it will be a lot of money. Let me know what you think it will cost in the comments. If you have any ideas as to how this might work, I would love to hear your opinions, and I would love to hear your opinions of this game clearly having more of an influence now from the Chinese development side, that both games are essentially out. Like China's out in a couple months, our version's been out for a while now, and with the changes to China and with some of the changes to our version, I think those two versions are looking more and more similar by the day. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, I love you all, and I will see you all next time. We did it.